Alright, here we go. Thanks for tuning in again. This is Keith Bailey coming at you with Week 5 NFL picks and predictions. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time because I'm on my old laptop. Which means you're about to see all this crazy stuff about words not lining up with my mouth. Or maybe it'll be fine, who knows. But all I know is that my computer is a piece of trash and I need to get a new one. So, first let's do a quick recap. Week 4, I did phenomenal. It's about time I stepped my game up. 12-4. Overall, 12-4. Vikings, Rams, I got correct. Bengals, Falcons, I got incorrect. That was one of the 4 I missed. Atlanta had a chance to win that game. They just didn't. Buccaneers at Bears, that was a close one. The game wasn't close, but the prediction before the game was projected to be close. I picked the Bears. Didn't know they would lay it on the Buccaneers the way they did. I mean, I look up, I see it was 7-0 Chicago, and then I'm walking through at work. Next thing I know is 35-0, and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So kudos to the Bears. Lions at Cowboys. That's another game I got incorrect. I thought the Lions were going to go in with the momentum they had gotten from beating New England. They didn't capitalize on it. So I don't know what's going on with the Detroit Lions right now, but that's one I got wrong. Bills at Packers. We all knew lightning wouldn't strike twice. Eagles at Titans. Tennessee, congratulations. My favorite team is 3-1 in the most bizarre way possible, but we're getting it done. That game I got incorrect. I picked the Eagles to win that game. Tennessee now has, and I can confirm this. I said I would comment in my last video. I never did. I could confirm this. Tennessee's 12-2 home record is the best home record in the NFL since late October of 2016. This trumps every other team's home record in the league. Every other team has 3 losses or more, at least. Texans at Colts. I got the Houston pick right. I said that the Texans were too talented of a team to drop to 0-4, and the Texans ended up pulling it out because the Indianapolis Colts gave the game away on a silver platter. Next up, we have the Dolphins at the Patriots. I picked the Patriots, and they just laid the wood on. Jets at Jags, same deal. Browns at Raiders. A lot of people were picking Cleveland. I wasn't believing in them quite yet because I needed to see the Browns win 2 in a row before taking them any kind of seriously. So Raiders got the W there. Seahawks at Cardinals, I got that right. Saints at Giants, I got that right. 49ers at Chargers, I got that right, even though the 49ers put up more of a fight than I thought they would. Ravens at Steelers, I got wrong. Yeah, the Steelers, they're 1-2-1. They won 13 games last year. The only way they win 13 games again this year is if they win 12 straight to end the year. So the Steelers, I don't know what's going on with them. They're really talented. Even without Le'Veon Bell, they're ridiculously talented. But they just, I don't know what this team's deal is. Chiefs at Broncos. I picked Kansas City, and Denver kept it a lot closer than I thought I would. Now, let's go to Week 5. Let's see. Alright. First game, we got the Colts at the Patriots. This is pick New England. Andrew Luck is back, so this will be an interesting game. I think the last time Andrew Luck played the Patriots, it may have been Deflategate. I could be wrong. Don't hold me to that. They could have played one. They probably did end up playing one time after that. But pick New England. It's not going to be close, I don't think. I mean, the Colts, I guess it could be. The Colts have a history of keeping things a lot closer than they intend to. Next game, we have the Titans at the Bills. I am scared of this game. I know on the other end you're saying, Keith, what the hell are you talking about? It's the Buffalo Bills. That's just it. That's just it. I hate this team, but I love this team. Alright, so here's the deal about the Tennessee Titans. They look amazing, and they play extremely well. They win games, close games against great competition. This is the way I would explain the Tennessee Titans. They are shapeshifters. They will turn into and my buddy Cody, that's my shout out. Cody brought this up to me and I thought it was a brilliant way of explaining it. The Titans turn into doppelgangers of whoever they're playing. They play exactly as they do. That's what Tennessee did with Jacksonville. It was a defensive struggle. No team could get on the board. Tennessee's and Jacksonville's offense couldn't do anything. Tennessee's defense played lights out. Jacksonville's defense played lights out. Against the Eagles and Titans defense both backslid, and it turned into an aerial assault. Marcus Mariota against Carson Wentz. And I guarantee you, if we were to go up against a running football team, the run game would work. I mean, we turn into the team we're playing in a weird way. So this coming Sunday, our offense is going to be incapable of doing anything against the Buffalo Bills. Incapable. That's my prediction. I think we'll win the game. We'll go 16 to 12. Tennessee wins this game because it's going to be that game. All of our games, except for I think 2. Yep. And I think in 14 of our last 16 games or 12 of our last 14 games, they have been one-score games. No matter who we play, when we play them, where we play them, no matter what. We play down to our competition, we play up to our competition. We will play down to the Buffalo Bills in this game. And it's going to drive me up a wall because this is a team we should destroy. We should blow them out. It shouldn't even be close. But that's not what Tennessee does. I told you the same thing last year when they were playing the Cleveland Browns in Week 6. I said, do not touch that game with a 6-foot pole. I know some people who were placing bets on Tennessee like crazy, and when we won in overtime, I looked at all of them and I said, that's why you can't touch Tennessee. Just, if you're a Vegas bettor, stay away from the Titans, alright? Just stay away. Now, that being said, I think Tennessee wins this game, but they're going to make this game a lot more difficult than they should. That's just the Titan way. That's how they do it. Regardless, though, they will find a way to get to 4-1. 4-1. That would feel good to say, but I can't get my hopes up too high because I've seen this story time and time again. We will play down to the Buffalo Bills. I do not think we will blow this team out. I think it'll be a close game. Falcons at Steelers. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, no. How the Steelers have done at home so far this year? They went into Tampa and won. That means they lost against Kansas City and they lost against Baltimore. Okay. Law of averages is going to come into play into this game, I think. The Steelers are currently winless at home, 0-2. I don't care about the talent level of this team. This is too good of a football team to drop to 0-3 at home to start this season. This is not what the Steelers do. So I'm going to pick the Steelers in this game, but I tell you what, this is a desperation game for both of these teams. Because both of these teams need to win here. Because the Steelers, they have some teams they're trying to keep up with in the AFC North. And the Falcons, they have some teams they got to start keeping up with in the NFC South. So pick the Steelers in this game. 33-30 over the Falcons. It's going to be another barn burner. We're talking 30s. Because the Falcons' defense can't stop anybody. Next game, we have the Broncos at the Jets. I'm picking Denver in this game, but I'm putting them on upset alert because they're traveling all the way to the East Coast to play a team that they're fighters. I mean, I know they got pooped on against the Jaguars, but other than that, it's not like the Jets have been... I mean, they're bad, but they're not Cardinal bad. They're not god-awful. Let's just say that. And the Broncos showed me more than enough to show that this is a team that can play with anybody if they decide to show up to play. So I'm going to pick the Broncos in this game. We'll go 23-13 over the New York Jets. Jaguars at Chiefs. What a game. This is going to be quite a game. We're talking one of the best defenses in the league against one of the hottest offenses in the league. I gotta go with Kansas City though because they're at home. This team doesn't lose in Arrowhead unless it's to the Tennessee Titans. 3-0 in our last 3 games at Arrowhead Stadium. So sometimes I just have to remind Chiefs fans a little bit that apparently they don't have home field advantage against us. Kansas City gets the win here. I think they're gonna. Honestly, I think they might win pretty easily unless their defense struggles. We'll go 26-16 over the Jaguars. Jacksonville's defense is good, but I'm almost all in on Patrick Mahomes. He's the MVP frontrunner. Next game, we have the Packers at the Detroit Lions. Knowing the Lions, this is a game that they could end up winning because that's weird. This is the NFL's weird. However, I will pick the Packers in this game even though they're on the road. I know the Lions have been giving Green Bay some fits over the last couple years. However, Green Bay, led by Aaron Rodgers, should be able to seal the deal. We'll go 21-17. It'll be close. These teams always seem to play pretty close games against one another. But that's my prediction. Next game. This could be a sneaky good game. We have the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. This game could be a statement win for Cleveland. This is a team that's 1-2-1 right now. If they get to 2-2-1 5 games through the year, oh, you better believe the whole city of Cleveland will be bouncing, especially knowing they sent the Ravens to 3-2 and they're half a game out. All it takes is a Cleveland win, and they're half a game out of first place, as impressive as Baltimore's looked. The question is, do I have the cojones to pull the trigger and pick the Cleveland Browns? The answer is I can't. The Ravens' defense, I think, is just too good. They're very solid, and their offense is starting to get a lot more explosive. And Baker Mayfield, I think, is going to have a tough time against the Ravens defense. So I think the Ravens get the win here, 20-14 over Cleveland. Next, we have the Giants at the Panthers. Pick the Panthers. The Panthers had a bye week. They had extra time to prepare for this game. This defense is very, very good, and the Giants don't really have much going for them. I mean, it's almost as if it's another dead season in New York, which is crazy that the fact that they went 11-5 a couple years ago, which was their best season since 2008. Forgetting about the postseason there for a sec. Obviously, 2011 was a good season for them, but I'm talking regular season. Now the Giants, man, this team stinks. I mean, it looks like they have a lot of talent, but they just can't put it together. I don't know if it's the coaching staff. I don't know if it's Eli Manning. I don't know what it is. All I know is that they're traveling to Carolina. Carolina's had a bye. Carolina looks good. Yes, I have them very high in my power rankings, but that's because this team beat the Bengals, and the Bengals look phenomenal. Carolina beat the pants off the Cowboys in week 1, and it doesn't look like the Cowboys' offense is maybe as bad as we think. It's bad, but it's not as bad as we thought. And their one loss was to the Atlanta Falcons on the road. Pick the Panthers in this game, 24-13 over the G-Men. Next game. I can't believe one of these teams is going to be 4-1. I think it's hilarious. You get we're calling it the tropical game because the colors of these teams are very, very tropical. Miami traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Do you want to discredit Ryan Tannehill's impressive statistics? I mean, granted, he won 10 or 11 of his last 12 games or so, but can you bank on him to lose 2 in a row? With an impressive record like that, he has proven over the last 12 games that Ryan Tannehill wins. That's what matters in the National Football League. However, can you pick Ryan Tannehill to lose 2 straight after a record like that to a team as hot on offense as the Cincinnati Bengals? They were inconsistent 2 weeks ago, and they struggled. But I think that could have been a testament to how good Carolina's defense was. I gotta go either way. I gotta go with a home team here. I have picked 4 away teams and I picked 4 home teams, and I feel like with some of these games coming up, the away teams are going to be the favorite. So I almost have to pick Cincinnati here because I can't pick too many road teams because your average amount of home wins, you're talking about 10 or so. Roughly 9 to 10 home teams end up winning on a Sunday on average. Right now we're at 4-4. So I'm gonna pick Cincy here. 27-20 over Miami. It'll be close. Next game we have the Raiders at the Chargers. Pick the Chargers. I don't know what is getting into the Chargers. I mean, they almost snake bit themselves out of an upset loss against the Niners last week. This team needs to figure it out pretty quickly here. Otherwise, Kansas City is going to run away with the division. Because Kansas City already has a tiebreaker over Denver and the Chargers. So, really, it's the Chargers. I honestly think the Chargers are a better team than Denver. However, with that being said, the Chargers have a tendency, as we all know, to shoot themselves in the foot time and time again. And that's something that they could do against this revitalized Raiders team that just plopped up 45 points on a pretty damn good Browns defense. Let's not kid ourselves. The Browns defense is solid. But I gotta go with the Chargers here. They're at home. Their 2 losses are to the Chiefs and the Rams. I'm going to pick the Chargers here in this game. 28-24 over Oakland. Oakland will have another lead in the 4th quarter and they'll blow it. Niners at home against the Cardinals who come into town. Pick the Cardinals. Maybe. Hang on a second. Yeah. Sure. Pick Arizona. I mean, Josh Rosen looked pretty good. The 49ers, it seemed like they played their hearts out against the Chargers and they just tumbled. I'm not questioning the toughness or determination of this Niners team. All I'm saying is that losing Jimmy Garoppolo was a dart into the heart for this fan base and this team. And Arizona has got new life now with Josh Rosen, and they're winless, so they're pretty much playing with free money on the table. Because let's face it, Cardinals aren't going anywhere this year. They're playing with house money. So Arizona, yes, I'm gonna say they get off the schneid here. They go to San Francisco and they get the win, 21-14. After this week, there will be no more winless teams left. Next up, we have the Vikings at the Vikings at the Eagles. Another game where essentially both teams are playing with a lot on the line. Vikings at Eagles. Minnesota had extra time to prepare. Philadelphia's defense is not rock solid, but the Eagles are at home and they play phenomenally when they are at home. Kirk Cousins is not Case Keenum. Go with Philadelphia in this game, but it's going to be close. The Vikings are not going to get blown out the way they did in the NFC Championship game here. Go 28-23 over the Minnesota Vikings. Man, the Vikings, they can't get a break with their schedule. Who have they played so far? Philly, the Rams, the Packers. There's the game against the Bills, and then who they get in week 1? Who is their week 1 game? Was it an AFC East team? Not the Jets, not the Dolphins, not the Bills. No, it wasn't. The Vikings in week 1 ended up playing Case Keenum's first game. Bear with me. No, it wasn't them. It was them. Was it the Giants? It was an NFC team. I know that. The Niners, right? I think it may have been the 49ers. Whatever. I could be wrong. You know what? I'm too curious. Let's look. Week 4, Week 3, Week 2, Week 1. I knew it was the Niners. Yeah. But that was a different team with Jimmy Garoppolo under center. But regardless, the Vikings have had a tough schedule to this point, and it only gets more difficult. I'm picking the Eagles to win this game, though. Next up, we have the Rams at the Seahawks. Beware, Los Angeles Rams. This is not a gimme. I'm going to pick the Rams to win this game. But believe me, the Seahawks are not going to make it easy. I know they just lost Earl Thomas. Do I really want to say that, though? Seahawks not making it easy? Because now I'm just remembering the fact that the Rams took a dump on them at their home stadium last year. It was like 45 to something, to single digits. This Rams team is impressive, and they've had extra time to prepare for this game. I gotta still go with the Rams. I think the Seahawks will keep it closer than the product they put on the field last year, but the Rams should get this win 34-21 over the Seahawks. Cowboys at Texans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The Texas game. Go with pick Houston. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Texans actually. I know that's gutsy, and I know it's risky, but the Texans team is still healthy. We just don't know what's going on with them because they're fully capable of beating anyone in the league. And the Cowboys don't exactly have a stellar offense. Them being on the road is regardless because it doesn't matter because they're in Texas anyways. They're just traveling. They could go to Houston by bus for all they care. But I'm gonna pick the Texans here in a bit of an upset. We're gonna go 22-17 Houston over Dallas. That'll be my upset pick of the week, which leaves week 5's final game on Monday Night Football. We have the Redskins traveling to take on the Saints. Both of these teams have one loss, and this should actually be a low-key really good game. Adrian Peterson going up against the team that released him early in the season last year because they weren't utilizing him the right way. The Redskins have had a bye week. However, I gotta go with the Saints here. If every time these two teams get together, it's tough. Okay? Every time these two teams get together, it is a dogfight. I can remember at least 3 occasions where these two teams have played, and it was just almost an instant classic. I can name them right now. Week 1 of Robert Griffin III's rookie year, it was a shootout. This year the Saints won the Super Bowl. It was a shootout. The Saints had to storm back to win, I think in overtime. Both teams put up at least 30. And then last year, the Saints had to come back down by like 17 points with 5 minutes left or something like that, and they won the game. I mean, these two teams play some classics. So expect this Monday Night Football game to be a lot better than you think it's going to be. That being said, pick the Saints in this game 31-28. I think it's going to be that close. Go with the New Orleans Saints over the Washington Redskins. Those are my picks. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. My current total overall record, losses aside, is 34 wins and 13. Some amount of losses. Let's look. See, I went 8-7-1, then 7-8-1. So that's 15 losses there and 24-28. Yep, I'm 34 right? Let's look. My total record is, I'll tell you right now. No, apparently it's 34 and 27. How is that possible? 34 and 27. Which is honestly pretty bad, if you ask me. Oh well, that's what it says it is, that's what it is. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys all next time.